Hello students, how are you all? I hope everyone is fine and safe. Welcome to your YouTube channel, Revision Learning. Reproduction. Reproduction is the process of producing individuals of the same kind. Most of the organisms reproduce by mating that increases the genetic variability of the organism. The males and the females have separate reproductive organs known as gonads. These gonads produce gametes that fuse together to form a single cell called the zygote. So today, students, we will learn about the reproduction of animals. And to know more about the reproduction of animals in details, let's directly join to Sir Joyshankar's class and let's know more about the reproduction in animals.
Hello students, good evening. Myself Joyshankar, class 8 science teacher. Today I will start chapter 9, reproduction in animals. Student, you maybe learn in your class 7 or in previous classes that the reproduction is essential for the continuation of a species. Actually, the reproduction means creating new life, producing young ones of own kind generation after generation, which means animals can reproduce, which means a dog can give a birth of a dog, a cat can give a birth of a cat, human beings also can give a birth to the human beings. That's why students, we are all, it is called actually mammals. Mammals means which can give the birth to the young ones. The two modes of reproduction are, first one is sexual reproduction and next one is asexual reproduction. Now students, let's learn about the sexual reproduction first. It is characterized by the fusion of two cells called gametes, male and female. And asexual, on the other hand, is a type of reproduction which does not involve in union of gametes. In asexual reproductions, new individual is produced from a single parent. But in sexual reproduction, the male and female gametes after fusion gives rise to a zygote which develops into a new individuals. Okay student, next one is 9.3, page number 100, sexual reproduction in animals. Animals like earthworm and butterfly lay eggs. In butterfly, the eggs are laid on the leaves. From these eggs come out caterpillar. After some time, the caterpillars change into immobile pupa. The pupa changes into the adult butterfly. Now students, I am going to show you the life cycle of a butterfly so that you will understand this explanation. Students, see, this is the life cycle of a butterfly. This is the egg. From egg, first one changes to larva, then pupa. After that students, it will turn into the adult butterfly. Student, in animals like cockroach, a very small type of adult-like forms comes out from the egg. Two individuals are required in this animal for reproduction. Similarly, in animals like bird, dogs, cats and human beings also, two individuals are required for their reproductions. One is male and other is female. Next one is oviparous and viviparous animals. The animals which lay eggs like hen, frog, lizard and butterfly are called oviparous animals, and the animals which give birth to the young ones called viviparous animals like the human beings, cows and dogs, etc. Next part is gametes. Male gametes or sperms are produced in an organ called testes, while the female gamete or egg or ovum is produced inside the ovary. In some cases, two types of gametes, males and females, are produced by two different individuals. Such organisms are called unisexual. For example, cockroaches, frog, fish, birds, reptiles, humans, etc. In other side, both types of gametes exist in the same individual. These organisms are called hermaphrodite or bisexual. Example is earthworm, leeches. In aquatic animals like starfish, frogs, fishes, etc., male and female individuals liberate their gametes in the water outside the female's body, and fertilization takes place in water. This type of fertilization is called the external fertilization. Fertilization means to the fusion of eggs with sperm. In cats, dogs, human beings, cattle, insects, spiders, birds, etc., the male discharges the male gamete inside the body of the female, and then fertilization starts inside the body of the female. Such fertilization is called the internal fertilization. Next one, external fertilization in frog. In frog and toads, reproduction activities start during the spring or rainy season. The animals move to the pond and slow moving streams. The male and female frogs or toad come together in water. The female lays hundreds of eggs which are held together by the layer of jelly. The jelly provides protection to the eggs besides holding them together. The male frog deposits sperm over the egg. The sperms, after coming in contact with the eggs, bring about fertilization. Since fertilization takes place outside the body of the female, it is called external fertilization. The development of the embryo takes place outside the female body. Next one is internal fertilization in hens. Both humans and hens, internal fertilization takes place, but difference is that human give birth to the young ones or babies, and hens give the birth to the chickens. Laying of the egg by the hen takes place after the hard shell is formed around the developing embryo. The development of the chick takes place inside the eggshell, and it takes about 3 weeks, which means within 3 weeks the chicks or the chickens get developed inside the eggshell of the hen. Students, you might have been seen sometimes that the hen sitting on the eggs. This sitting of the hen on the eggs is to provide warmth or the warmness to the egg, called the incubating the egg. As soon as the chick is developed, it comes out by bursting open the eggshell. Next one is sexual reproduction in humans. This is the male reproductive organs. This part is called the drainage duct. This is called testis. This part is called the sperm duct, and this is called penis. Main organs of the male reproductive systems are: first one, a pair of testes. In the scrotal or sac produce male gametes or sperms. Next one is 2 sperm ducts through which sperms leave the testes and reach penis. Next one is a penis. It injects the sperms inside the body of the female. Now next part is the female reproductive organ. Organs of the female reproductive systems included: a pair of the ovaries produce eggs or ova about 120 μm. This symbol is called mu. M means mu micron in diameter. Here are the parts of the female reproductive systems. This part is oviduct, this is uterus, this is ovary, and this part is vagina. Next one, oviducts or fallopian tubes through which the eggs travel, sperms and ova meet here, and fertilization takes place. In human beings, fertilization takes place inside the female figure only. Uterus, also known as the womb, developed of fertilized egg occurs here, or development of the fertilized egg occurs here. Next part is vagina, which opens to the outside through an opening. A male produces millions of sperms in his testes each day. A sperm is a single called male gamete, which three parts: a head with a nucleus, a middle piece, and a long tail. The female produces ova or eggs in her ovaries. Each ovum is a rounded structure of the size of a pin's head. It is many times larger than a sperm. One ovum or egg cell is released from one of the ovaries into the oviduct approximately every 28 days. Like the sperm, an egg is also a single cell. Here you can see that this is the human ovum and this is the human sperm. This is the head and this is the middle piece and this is the tail. Next part is fertilization. The fusion of egg with sperm is called the fertilization. Fertilization is an internal process and it takes place inside the female body in the oviduct. During this process, the nuclei of the sperm and the egg fuse to form a single nucleus. As a result, a fertilized egg, also called zygote, is formed. Zygote is the beginning of a new individual, as you can see in the picture. Next part is development of embryo. The zygote formed after fertilization begins to develop into an embryo. It starts dividing rapidly to produce a ball of cells, as shown in the figure. This is the figure, as you can see. This developing structure is called the embryo. The embryo attaches itself to the wall of the uterus for further development. Here it develops over the next 9 months. The developing embryo gradually differentiates into different body parts such as hands, legs, head and others. When in the embryo the different body parts can be identified, it is called the fetus. At the time of birth, the fetus weighs about 3 kg. This is the figure, student, as you can see. Next one is in vitro fertilizations and test tube babies. In vitro fertilizations refers to the fusion of eggs with the sperm inside the test tube, that is outside the female body. This kind of fertilization is undertaken in certain cases where oviducts of the human are blocked and therefore these women cannot bear babies. Sperms cannot reach the egg for fertilization. In such cases, the fresh released ovum and sperms are taken and kept together for a few hours for in vitro fertilizations to take place in the test tube. In case fertilization occurs, the zygote is allowed to develop for about a week and then introduced inside the uterus of the mother. Further development takes place in the uterus like any other baby. Babies born through the technique of in vitro fertilizations are called the test tube babies. The term is actually misleading. Babies are not grown inside the test tube. Only fertilizations and the initial development takes place inside the test tube. Student, this type of fertilization is called the in vitro fertilizations. Remember that there are two types of fertilizations. One is in vivo and other is in vitro. In vitro is the outside the body and in vivo means inside the body. Here some misconceptions are being developed sometimes that babies are born outside the body, which is totally wrong. Only the fertilization process are being taken place outside the body in the test tube. After that the normal procedure goes on. Next one, young ones to adult. The adult develops from the egg in the following sequence: egg to larva or caterpillar, then pupa, then adult. A silkworm also follows the same life cycle in both the larva and the pupa, to very different from the adult. But in case of frog, egg to tadpole means larva, then adult. The difference is that in case of butterfly or some other insects, there are 4 steps, and in case of frog, there are 3 steps. The process of formation of larva or tadpole into adult through drastic changes is called metamorphosis. This is the life cycle of a frog, like egg, then early tadpole, then late tadpole, then frog. Here actually showing the 3 step: egg, then tadpole, then frog, but they have divided only 2 parts, early and late tadpole. Student, 9.5 asexual reproduction. This is the last part of the today's topic. Asexual reproduction. There are several methods of asexual reproduction in animals, like binary fissions, budding, fragmentation, and regeneration. In this book, only binary fissions and buddings are explained here. Binary fissions and budding, which takes place in very small animals like amoeba and hydra. Now next part is binary fission in amoeba. This method of asexual reproduction is very common in unicellular microscopic organisms like amoeba and paramecium. The organism starts the process by the division of the nucleus into 2 nuclei. This is followed by division of its body into 2, each part with a nucleus. Finally, 2 daughter amoeba are produced from 1 parent amoeba. The daughter amoeba then grow into full size. Student, as you can see in the figure that this is the amoeba. Now from this one it's dividing into the nucleus. Look here, there is 2 nucleus, 2 spot. After that it will get in this shape, and after that it will divided. This shape is called the dumbbell shape. Now these 2 are the daughter amoeba. After that it will grow into the full shape. This type of asexual reproduction, in which an individual reproduces by dividing into 2 individuals, is called the binary fissions. Binary means 2, 1 to 2. This is 1 from 1 it is divided into 2. This is called binary fission, from 1 individual to 2 individual. Now next and last topic of our today's video is budding in hydra. Budding among animals is commonly seen in hydra. This is a diagram of a budding in hydra, and this is called the bud. In this animal, 1 or more small bulb-like outgrowths or bludgers are formed on the body. These are called buds and are responsible for giving rise to the new individuals. The nucleus of the parent hydra divides into 2. Then one of the 2 nuclei passes into the bud. The bud after that detaches itself from the parent body. It grows to full size and becomes a new individual. This method of asexual reproduction, in which individual develops from the bud, is called the budding. This is all about your chapter reproduction in animals.
So students, I hope that you have understood this chapter, reproduction in animals. If you like the explanation, please like this video and share it to your friends, and don't forget to subscribe Revision Learning and press the bell icon so that you never miss any of our videos and updates. Thanks for watching.